debate. The topic: is it necessary to study abroad to become fluent in English? In Japan, you study English, but in abroad, you live English.
Well, I'm not gonna deny that, like, going abroad, but it's the most important part.
Oh my God.
Right?
Okay.
So the bottom line.
どうも皆さんこんにちは。タビケン留学のケンタです。今日はなんと超スペシャルゲストに来てもらってます。SYR Bros。Welcome to my channel, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
My pleasure, my pleasure. I've been watching your tons of videos.
Thank you.
You guys are super kids. You guys are well known, very famous.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
You already got there though. Wow, very humble.
We're gonna go from here. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Still starting.
But I'm pretty sure a lot of people know you guys, but those one who might not know,
Yeah.
Can you do a little bit of introduction?
Right. Hey everyone, my name is Sota,
I'm Yuta.
I'm Mood.
and together we're the SYR Brothers from Tokyo to the world. We introduce Japanese culture and English to people around the world. We do a bunch of interviews, like introduce culture, tradition, all
Right.
that stuff, all in English, so everybody around the world can understand, not just Japanese people. And we're doing it from like a kid's perspective,
Yep.
which is not something you see every day. So I feel like that's something that's unique about our channel. So hope you check it out.
Hope you check it out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they already have checked it out. So you guys are not kids anymore.
We're young adults.
We're teens.
No. That way you speak, it already sounds like adults. Way smarter than me.
No way. No way.
You guys sure that you never studied abroad?
Never.
No. We haven't even been to. Oh, he's been
I
abroad.
actually went abroad like when I was 15, so like last year. That was the first time I was abroad.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
you
like
did
it was in August, July-ish, and like I went to Korea. That was
Korea. That's the first country you've been?
Yeah, that was the first country I went. And then I also went to America in December.
Oh,
So
yeah?
that was like the first and second time I went.
By yourself?
Yeah, by myself, but with like teammates. We went for a competition. It's like a debate competition.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first time.
And me and Rota haven't been abroad.
Yeah, they haven't
So you-
even been
not
abroad,
yet?
like even for vacation.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
So you have a passport now.
Yes, I do.
All right. And Toby? Not
No.
yet.
Yeah, no.
Pretty sure that though.
Nah. Wow. Were you jealous? He won.
Yeah, very jealous.
I don't want to even go anywhere.
Oh, really?
What?
So you
I
love
just-
Japan?
He's
I just-
satisfied in
yeah.
Japan.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I just want to be at my sofa reading some book, you know.
Oh, he's lazy.
In a different way to say, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Well, that's good. You feel comfortable, you know. That's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
It's your country, you know.
You should be comfortable.
Yeah,
with
should be.
Japan's a good country.
True. I studied abroad in the U.S. That's
Right.
how I learned English. Yeah. You guys didn't study abroad.
Yes.
Not at all. Zero.
Yeah.
And now you mentioned the debate.
Debate, let's go.
So that's what I want to do today. Let's do the debate.
Debate champion over here.
All right.
First time debater over here.
All
First time
right.
today.
I can see, but still, I'm 33 years, okay? I'm
Gap.
a real adult. Real
Right.
adults. Okay?
Shoot, he's an adult.
Okay,
You're
I'm
gonna
a
lose.
real adults.
Oh, no.
You guys are still kids. Even if you guys
Oh,
are called
no.
super kids,
Wait.
I'm a super adult.
Oh,
okay?
shoot. You're kids.
なんと今なら LINE 登録するだけで英語学習にめちゃめちゃ役立つ豪華特典プレゼントしてます。今すぐ概要欄の URL から LINE 登録お願いいたします。
All right, so the topic
Right.
is it necessary to study abroad to become fluent in English?
This is going to be very interesting whether we're on affirmative side or negative side. So which side is like proposition? And
Of course, I'm taking the study abroad is necessary.
Right.
I'm taking that side.
Okay.
it would be interesting if it was the other way around though.
Oh, that's true. Which one you want to do?
But you know, let's just go with
Let's
the
do
first
it,
one,
yeah.
right?
Because well, basically, you guys learn English in Japan.
Yeah.
Right? Just to be clear, we're not saying one way is wrong or one way is right.
Yeah.
Right? We just like sharing our experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm taking the studying abroad side. You guys taking
Yeah.
learning in Japan side.
Can we hear the question one more time?
Or it's necessary to study abroad to become fluent in English.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Is it necessary?
Necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. You want to start or I start?
You can start.
All right, okay. So to become fluent, environment is the key. You know, if you don't have a proper environment, and that's far away from the fluency. The fluency requires speed, confidence, and natural reaction, and those pressure really trains your brain. Can you make the environment in Japan?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So, proposition side has mentioned environment, and probably it's the most important part.
Oh my God.
Right?
Okay.
He mentioned how environment is the most important part when we're trying to acquire a new language. But we believe that we can have this environment in Japan or whatever country you're from. The reasoning for this, the burden of proof we're going to show you is that we exist, first of all.
Well, yeah, that's
And-
exceptions, but
Right.
let's speak in general.
For the environment wise, I would say like whether you're in a foreign country or if you're in Japan, what you want to do if you want to acquire a new language is that you want to be surrounded by that language and you want to use that as much as possible. You want to
Yes.
have that in your daily life.
Yes.
And the perks of going abroad is that you have that automatically. For example, Australia or America or the UK, you're going to be using English in your daily life and then
Right.
you're going to have it around in your environment the whole time.
Yes.
So that's the easy way. But that's not saying we can't have that in Japan. If we have the same benefits, then we can do it on our side. So for our side, you can have, for example, books. You can watch TV. You can watch your favorite anime in English. Some people do sticky notes.
And there's also apps for
Yeah,
English
there's
learning.
Apps, all right.
Internet-wise, it's growing like these
Right.
days. You don't really have to go abroad to intake all that.
Yeah, it's easier than ever.
English.
Just go on YouTube and search anything you like, any of your hobbies onto YouTube, and it'll bring it up in English. So then you have content you can consume in English.
Okay, right. I'm listening.
So then you don't really need to go abroad because all of the perks that you would have abroad can be achieved in Japan.
Yeah.
It's all about effort, what kind of people you put around you. For me, I have my brothers. They had me. So we can speak in English to each other. We can practice English. Well, abroad, you have people all around you who speak
Right.
English, but it's the same scenario because we have people around us that can speak English. It all depends on how you put in the
Okay.
effort and
Okay.
what kind of people you're surrounded by.
All right, I get your point. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But in Japan, you study English, but in abroad, you live English. As you said, you use it daily life. If you want to order coffee, English. If you're lost, English. If you fall in love, English.
Right.
Right? So English become not just a subject, but
Right.
becomes your life. You know?
Well, it depends on where you draw the line between studying and just learning in general, like
Okay.
acquiring a skill. Right. When you're 5 years old or something and you're learning to drive a bicycle, you're not really studying the
Alright.
mechanisms of a bicycle. right?
Okay.
You're not actually studying it as a subject, but you're trying and you learn from your mistakes and
Right.
then you grow gradually. So it's the same thing for English. For any skill that you want acquired, you either study or you acquired it in another way. It just where you draw the line between studying and just naturally acquiring a skill. So a lot of people in Japan, they think you can only learn English as a subject or studying.
Right.
Because the education system starting to teach English from elementary school, but it doesn't really work, right? We have that mindset that English is studying and that it's hard and it's difficult and it's it takes a lot of
Okay.
time. But the reality is that if we switch our mindset from studying English, acquiring it as a skill, much like riding a bicycle,
Okay.
then we can consume that knowledge more naturally.
Right.
You can live it, but you don't really have to be studying even if you're in Japan.
Right. Studying English is just optional here in Japan, but using English is mandatory.
Yeah, it's a survival skill.
Survival skills in abroad. So this survival environment creates the discipline, and immersion. So that really makes you to become a fluent. That's I believe.
Right. So
Well, you're forced to use English in a foreign country,
Right.
right? So you really need to learn and learn how to speak it. But in Japan, you don't really have to immerse yourself in the English environment. But you can learn it as a skill, basically from apps and stuff. So you being forced to really gets you stressed about learning it. So having this ease without having
Right,
to learn
right.
the language is kind of a good
That's
thing
true.
about.
Being fluent, it's more to just speaking English. You know what I mean? It's the fluency
that's
is not
true.
just a grammar.
that's true.
The fluency requires a lot of things like massive input, active output, and emotional engagement. Emotional
huge.
engagement is very important.
Very big.
When you feel embarrassed, that's the chance that you can grow. But those emotions, it's very hard to have that in Japan.
Well, I'm not gonna deny that like going abroad, the easiest and I would say the best way
Right.
to learn English, but the question was framed: is it necessary to go abroad to learn English or like acquire it as a skill? I would say that it's not necessary.
Okay.
It's a shortcut, right?
Right.
And I do think that emotional engagement is very important. But the thing is, you can acquire that skill in Japan as well, just like you mentioned. Technology is advancing, social media is advancing, there are applications everywhere. And then there are like classes where you can engage with foreign people. You can go back to college, start learning English that way. You can like have a foreign teacher.
Yeah, there's like chat rooms for like
there's
speaking.
chat rooms.
Yeah, so you can speak with other like English learners,
Right.
even though you don't have them near you.
Right. So like for me too,
Okay.
I used to think there are very few people who speak English in Japan, but
Okay.
if you really like do your research, you're gonna find out there are a lot more people who speak English than you think. For me too, I was very interested in debate, but I didn't know who who to depend on, what kind of
Yeah.
community I should be in.
Right.
But I did my research, and there were hundreds, maybe thousands of students that could speak English almost to the same level as
Right.
me, or like maybe like sometimes above me, returnees and stuff. So like there is a community out there for
That
what you
is.
want to achieve in Japan, and these people are all Japanese people, so you have the same goals or you're trying to achieve the same thing. So you can really feel that connection, and you can learn from their like path, how they got to that level. Emotional engagement is very important,
Yeah.
but emotional engagement in the end comes down to the person, right? So it's an engagement between one person and the other.
Yeah.
So if you want that engagement, you can find people or like a community.
That's the point. So you need to find a community to do
Right.
it. If you're in abroad, once you step out of the house, you already are surrounded by all the native speakers.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
If you don't have the dedication and the determination
Okay.
to like put in your effort,
Okay.
get out of your way,
Okay.
you are not going to be able to acquire
Okay.
English to a level like
but
us.
The determination is very essential, but it's very fragile, okay? Not a lot of people can have that. Like, you guys are exceptional, you know? That's why a lot of people requires this forced environment to get the more exposure. That's why it's very necessary to live in abroad.
It's a good way.
It's a good way
It's
to
a good way to learn English, right?
Right.
Putting yourself in that environment does force you to use English,
Right.
and it becomes a survival skill
Right.
instantly once you go abroad.
Yeah.
But as I said before, you do need that dedication to learn English. And also, not everyone who goes abroad comes back to Japan like a native English-speaking person. Like you, you speak very good English.
Thank you.
And I think you acquired that in the America. You
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
right. So I think you use that opportunity very
Right.
well. There are a lot of people who go abroad.
Right.
But for you, I think you really push yourself. I think you engage with a lot of people. You
Right.
put yourself in an environment, not just like in the USA, but you put yourself into an environment or like into situations where you had to learn English or had to use English.
Right.
So it really depends on the mindset. Even if you go to America, if you think, oh, I went to America, so the environment's gonna be really good, so I can just like learn English very naturally because everybody around me speaks
Right.
English. If you have that mindset and like you have that lazy mindset, you're not gonna be able to do that. But if you're like him, dedicated, if you go to America, you're going to be able to like actually learn the skill because
Right.
you're gonna be like very dedicated and you're gonna push yourself.
Sure.
It's like going to America is just an enhancer.
True.
Right.
So I totally agree with that. I think we all agree to this one condition. If you have the determination, and then yes,
Yeah.
you can learn. If you go to the gym, but if you don't lift the weight,
Exactly.
you're not gonna get the shape.
Yeah.
So just going to the place doesn't really change you.
Exactly.
The mindset is very important, and the environment is really important. So, like, if you have the determination in Japan, you can like get this environment. If you put in the effort, you can find like this like environment where you can learn English.
Yeah.
As he said, like in debate as well. If you put in the effort and like research, you will find this community. There's people just like you that want to learn the skill.
Yeah. So the bottom line is determination and mindset.
Yeah.
And going abroad is a enhancer of that.
It's helpful, basically. Yeah.
You can't multiply zero.
Yeah.
So you can't multiply a
True.
mindset like zero mindset. If you have like one mindset, two mindset, then you
Right.
can multiply that by
That's
going
so
abroad. But you need to have that one.
That's a good debate. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll let you guys win. I think you guys win.
Well, let's see who. Let's
No,
see.
Let's see in the comments.
Yeah, leave in the
Comment down
comment.
below.
Leave in the comment. What do you think, Ryota?
Who wins? Thank you, Rota.
Thank you. Topic was pretty difficult, yeah, because
Yeah,
like
it was pretty difficult.
you also support the studying
Yeah,
abroad,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Studying abroad is definitely a good way to.
Yeah, good way.
sure.
Yeah, good way. It's all about yourself. No one can change it for you. So,
Yeah.
and the passion. If you don't have a passion,
Passion. Yes.
haven't you really studied abroad?
No.
No, zero.
I wish.
I wish.
Man, I feel like I wasted my money, you know? I studied abroad and finally I reached this point, you know? But now you guys are just learning.
But I think that you push yourself in that environment. You spend
Right.
money, so that makes it more like worthwhile. 'Cause
Thank you.
You spent your time, you spent your money.
More compliment, please.
So-
to make me feel better. More compliment.
I mean, you spend your money, you spend your time, you put in the effort. So
Okay.
that means you're a very disciplined man.
Oh, thank you.
You're a dedicated man.
I am.
And you can like risk
Yes.
time and money
Yes, I can do
to
so.
acquire skills.
Yeah, acquire
or to
skills.
achieve a certain goal.
Yes.
So I think that skill is something that you can use in your future life.
Yeah, you can use it other than English.
Yeah,
learning.
that sort of mindset or way of thinking is something that you can use
Oh.
like for the rest of your life.
You guys enhance my self-esteem, you know?
Yeah.
That was a good debate, guys, yeah?
Yes.
Alright. Then, so yeah, I wanna ask a couple of questions.
For sure.
Since you guys
Delicious.
just learn English. Is it delicious?
Yeah, don't
You
be-
can't stop, right? Once you start.
Finished your bag. He finished his bag and he's stealing from my bag.
It's good, it's good.
ほんまに日本でそんなペラペラになる
I
あります
mean,
ね。
なるのちょっと前より英語めっちゃ上手になってへん
いや、そうですよ。もちろんです。日々伸びます。
日々伸びてる
伸びてます。
みんな3人ともよねしかも
年々伸びてます。
ゆうたくんもめちゃめちゃロジカルに喋るようになったよね
絶対伸びてると思います。
3人の中でちょっとした何かあったらディベートするみたいなことある
たまに。
たまにある遊びでみたいな、でディベートしようよみたいな、最近ディベートしたなんかトピックはある
Too controversial. Too controversial.
Like, yeah, it was politics.
Oh really? What got you started with learning English?
Basically, what started it was
Our parents.
Right.
Parents.
So,
How did you output? How did you speak?
I mean, I would recommend having. Yeah.
Let's make Japan great.
Let's make Japan great again.
Great again.